Hi, good morning. Today we are going to start our next chapter, the chapter 8 Inner Product Spaces. This is our third module, and here the first section is Inner Product, and the second section is Inner Product Spaces. Okay, this is one of the most important part, and you will continue this results in your third semester functional analysis. Okay. So, what do you mean by an inner product? And what do you mean by an inner product space? So, let F be a field. The definition is let F be a field just like vector spaces. Okay. Vector space. What do you mean by a vector space? A vector space is a set together with a V set of vectors, and F is a field satisfying some condition. See here also. Same thing. Let F be a field of real numbers. You must not let F be a field of real numbers or field of complex numbers. Okay. F be a field of real numbers or complex numbers, and V is a vector space over F. Now, an inner product on V is a function. You must not. Inner product is a function which assigns to each pair of vectors alpha and beta in V a scalar. This one. This notation is, this is called inner product of alpha and beta. Okay. This vertical line. Okay. And this is a scalar in F satisfying these conditions. So what is actually an inner product? Inner product notation is this one. Okay, inner product of alpha and beta. Actually, this notation is a function from each pair of V. That means it is a V cross V to F, which satisfies condition. So for each alpha and beta, this become inner product of alpha and beta. Okay. So what are the conditions? Inner product of alpha plus beta and gamma equal to inner product of alpha and gamma plus inner product of beta and gamma. Okay. Second property, inner product of C alpha and beta is equal to C into inner product of alpha and beta. Third condition, inner product of beta and alpha is equal to inner product of alpha and beta conjugate. Okay, complex conjugation. And last condition, inner product of alpha and alpha greater than 0 if alpha not equal to 0. If this function satisfies these conditions, then we call this function is an inner product. Okay. So, if function satisfies these conditions, then we call that is an inner product. Now, from A, B, C, it follows that alpha, inner product of alpha and C beta plus gamma is same as C conjugate inner product of alpha and beta plus inner product of alpha and gamma. Okay. We'll move to the proof. What is inner product of alpha and beta? Alpha and C beta plus gamma. By definition, inner product of beta and alpha is same as inner product of alpha beta conjugate. So this you can write as inner product of C beta plus gamma and alpha conjugate. Okay. So again apply this property, inner product of alpha and beta. Inner product of alpha plus beta and gamma equal to. So if you apply this property here, what you can write, this is equal to C beta, inner product of C beta and alpha plus inner product of gamma and alpha or conjugate. And this conjugate becomes like this. Now using the second property, C beta, C alpha and beta is C into alpha and beta. So this here C into beta and alpha, C conjugate, again conjugate. So C conjugate, this is same as inner product of alpha and beta plus this is same as inner product of alpha and gamma. So inner product of alpha and C beta plus gamma is equal to C conjugate inner product of alpha and beta plus inner product of alpha and gamma. So here you must note one thing. This result is important, and inner product of alpha and C beta is equal to C conjugate inner product of alpha and beta. You are using this result. Okay. Now moving to next note. If F is a field of real numbers, then property 3 becomes inner product of beta and alpha is equal to inner product of alpha and beta conjugate. All numbers are real numbers means this is again a real number. Okay. Now inner product of I alpha and I alpha equal to inner product of alpha and alpha, which is greater than 0 if alpha not equal to 0. What is inner product of I alpha and I alpha? This is same as by second property I into inner product of alpha and I alpha. And this again by third property inner product of I alpha and alpha conjugate. And again by second property I conjugate alpha alpha conjugate. And this is equal to I conjugate is minus I. Therefore, I into minus I inner product of alpha and alpha minus I square alpha and alpha minus I square is 1 alpha inner product of alpha and alpha. Okay. So this is the definition of a inner product. Okay. Now we are moving to one example of a inner product. We are defining inner product on Fn. You can define it as on Rn, or you can define it on R2, or you can define it on Cn, etc. Okay. So how we define inner product? And this inner product is called standard inner product. So for this first we have to take an element, two elements in Fn. Let it be alpha is equal to x1, x2, etc. xn, and beta is equal to y1, y2, etc. yn. And we define inner product of alpha and beta as sigma j xj yj conjugate. It's actually this one. This is x1 y1 conjugate plus x2 y2 conjugate plus etc. plus xn yn conjugate. This is the definition of this is in this way we are defining inner product, and we will prove this is an inner product. So if all this f is real number, what about y1 conjugate? Y1 conjugate is same as y1. So if f is equal to r, this expression become sigma j xj yj. That is x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus etc. plus xn y. So there is one more note. In real case, the standard inner product is often called the dot or scalar product, and it is denoted by like this alpha dot beta. So moving to the proof, here we are proving the result for f is equal to r. Okay, if in the case f is equal to c, you can try in a similar manner. So what is alpha? Let alpha is equal to x1, x2, etc. xn, beta is equal to y1, y2, etc. yn, and gamma is equal to this one. So what is inner product of alpha and beta? x1, y1 plus x2, y2 plus etc. plus xn, yn. What is inner product of beta and gamma? Is equal to y1, z1 plus y2, z2 plus etc. plus yn, zn. Now what is alpha plus beta? x1 y1 plus x1 plus y1 x2 plus y2 etc. plus xn y xn plus yn. What is inner product of alpha plus beta and gamma? Just to multiply coordinate wise. Okay, x1 y1 plus z1 x2 plus y2 into z2 etc. xn plus yn into zn. So apply distributive property x1 z1 plus y1 z1 x2 z2 plus y2 z2 etc. xn zn plus yn zn. And if you take the terms containing xi's, then take terms containing yn, yi's, we get inner product of alpha and gamma plus inner product of beta and gamma. This one is inner product of alpha and gamma, this inner product of beta and gamma. Look at this. Okay. Now C alpha and gamma inner product. C alpha is Cx1, Cx2, etc. Cxn. So inner product is this one. You can take C outside, C into inner product of alpha and gamma. And take B inner product of beta and alpha, y1, x1, etc. yn, xn, but xi's and yi's are real numbers. Commutative property holds, therefore x1, y1 plus etc. plus xn, yn, which is equal to inner product of alpha and beta. As it is a real number, this is same as inner product of alpha and beta conjugate. So the property also holds. And finally, inner product of alpha and alpha. That is x1 x1 plus x2 x2 plus etc plus xn xn, that is equal to x1 square plus x2 square plus etc plus xn square, which is greater than 0. Therefore, it is an inner product. So hope it is clear. Now I am giving you one homework. Verify whether this inner product given by x1 y1 minus x2 y2 for x is equal to x1 x2 and y1 y2 in R. R2. You have to verify this. So first you take, let alpha or xy or alpha is equal to, or alpha or x equal to x1 x2, y equal to y1 y2, z is equal to z1 z2, and verify inner product of x plus y, z is equal to inner product of xz plus yz. Similarly, c in x into z is z or y equal to c inner product of x and y, like this. Okay, and finally you have to check whether inner product of x and x greater than 0. Okay, that's all for today's class. We will continue in the next class some properties of inner product. Okay.